What made me go independent is because I was an impatient person, right? But the Lord kind of took me into the right hands where I was working at a radio station at Hot 97.5, and I've been wanting to try like get signed since I was like 9 years old. All the time, like
Wow.
rapping, doing demo tapes, doing songs all my life. I've always wanted to get signed. So when I started working at the radio station, I kind of like started seeing some of the artists, and a lot of artists weren't very happy with their record deals, and I started seeing it from, you know what I'm saying, the inside looking out as opposed to everybody seeing it from the outside looking in.
All glamorous. And
Exactly,
so forth.
exactly. So,
Totally.
I mean, I did small projects here and there, like I'm on the John Madden 2000, the video game on PlayStation. If anybody plays PlayStation, check that out. You know what I'm saying? And then I was on Timbaland's album. It's called Life from the Basement. I got a song called Fat Rabbit on there. So keep in mind, I was doing all these little things, and I still didn't have a deal, but I still wanted a record deal. But this was during the time when I was working at the radio station.
Okay.
So all this time, I'm kind of like learning more and more, and about how artists points and about their money structure, and how about like things get recouped. You know what I'm saying? And how they're not really as paid.
How
as
that
they
Benz
seem.
is not really theirs.
Exactly,
Like it's the
like,
label's Benz.
When you see the video, a lot of that stuff is rented and stuff like that. So I'm seeing a lot of folks doing the independent thing also, like Raheem the Dream and, you know what I'm saying, DJ Smurf and Kizzy Rock. They're doing it on a regional independent scale, and they making more money than some of these folks that's on a major label.
Exactly. You have artists that are selling 500,000 units,
Right.
making, say, $50,000. I mean, you can sell 50,000 units and make $500,000.
Exactly, when you're independent, but people don't realize that. So you got to educate yourself. And also another thing, when you're independent, you educate yourself because you take yourself through every part that it, you know what I'm saying, to make your album, as far as recording is concerned, as far as mixing is concerned, as far as mastering is concerned. So it's like you learn everything. So
CD
that
manufacturing.
CD manufacturing, getting vinyl pressed up, you learn everything yourself, so that, you know, when it comes to signing to a record label, if anything goes wrong, you know exactly what to do.
I feel like I got a booger in my nose. Okay. My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pond. My name is Dorian from Group82Music.com. Right here, we got Ludacris telling his independent artist story. All right, tell y'all my story. A lot of y'all know it, but you know what? We got a lot of new people in the pond. Thank y'all for coming. Thank you for clicking follow. This explore page video for you. You just coming through and checking. You hiding behind that curtain. Thank you for that too. I just appreciate y'all being here. So, my name is Alton Dorian Clark. I was born August 2nd, 1984 in Abilene, Texas. My dad was in the Air Force, so I was born in the Air Force Base. I don't know shit about Abilene. Shout out to Abilene. I haven't been there since I left. We left when I was 6 months old. I was 6 months old. We moved to Japan. I lived in Japan till I was 4.5 years old. We moved from Japan to Vacaville, California, which is Northern California. I was there for preschool and kindergarten. I started school early because I had young parents. My parents had me when they were 22 and 21 respectively. So by then they were young, so they still had to work. We didn't have a lot of money. We was cool. We wasn't broke, but you know what I mean? We didn't have a lot of money. And then we moved to where my parents are from. They're from Dayton, Ohio. That's where both my grandmothers live. Rest in peace, grandma. That's my daddy's mom. And we moved to Dayton. Huber Heights initially at first, which was like all white. So I was like the only black kid in class in first and second grade. Then we moved to Dayton, Ohio. Anybody knows anything about Dayton? Dayton's fucking hood. And I went to Carlson Elementary School in third grade. Probably the most hood school I've ever seen in my life. Left there, my third grade teacher told my parents, like, he is too smart to be here. Don't keep him here. Miss Grinner, shout out to you. So they took me to another school, 4th and 5th grade, Valerie Elementary. We had to wear uniforms. It was year round. We were still Dayton public school. Motherfuckers was still hood and all that. And then in 6th grade, my dad started moving to Indiana. I was a little pissed. I was around my family, around my sisters, on my first cousins, my second cousins. I had my neighborhood friends. I had my basketball friends. I had my school friends. And in 6th grade in Dayton, that's the top dog in elementary school. So I was sad. We left. We moved to Indiana where I knew nobody. But I'm really happy I moved there because the people I met within the first 3 months I was in Indiana are still my best friends to this day. Shout out to Naptown. I was there 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Then I went to Indiana University, Bloomington. I wanted to be a general manager of an NBA team. I hustled my ass all through college. The same way you see me hustle now is what I was doing in college. I was the EA sports rep, and I was on union board where I got elected by the student body to be one of the 13 student directors, doing all that, man. But when I was in college, I didn't want to be there. I didn't. I loved being down there having fun in Bloomington, but I really, really didn't want to be there. And the college dropout came out my second year in college and I thought about dropping out. And I almost did. If I had all the tools I have right now, Instagram and all this stuff, I would have dropped out, but I didn't because I had no plan. And I wasn't about to come home to my dad with no plan. That nigga, he wasn't playing that shit. He would have sent me in the military. Fuck that. So I stayed down there and I fucked around and had a time of my life. But I was there for a 4th year and a 5th year. And it was the end of the summer, the 5th year. And my advisor was like, you still got some work to do, motherfucker. Like, fuck! So I moved back home to Indianapolis and I finished up that last semester at IUPUI, which is like a satellite campus. My parents moved to Germany, so I was in Indiana by myself. It was during the recession. I was working in Sprint. I was delivering pizzas. I was working as a bodyguard at a nightclub. Had a lot of shit going on at that time. And I graduated, got my degree, cried because I busted my ass that summer. And I was like, you know what? I still want to coach. So I sent out cold emails to every single college basketball coach email I could find. One coach in Banner Elk, North Carolina said, you know what? Come on down, bro. Come on down. Season about to start. Come on down and be the volunteer assistant. Banner Elk, North Carolina town with one stoplight. Packed up all my shit, moved down there, lived there for a year. Coached there, was coaching college basketball, loved it. Team sucked. We were 2-29. I applied to graduate schools because I knew I didn't want to work because we were still in a recession. Tried to get on with some of these college basketball teams as a GA. None of them was really fucking with me like that. The one that did say it was fucking with me was University of Central Florida down in Orlando. I got in school down there, moved down there. I get down there, and I'm going to call his bitch ass out, Micah Byers, who was at the University of Central Florida, director of basketball operations. I think he's at Iowa State now. I don't know. He's a bitch. Said they didn't have a spot for me. I moved all the way down there. They said they didn't have a spot for me. It's like, this is fucked. But you know me, I got backup plans. At the time, my homeboy Shay Robinson was working with D Brown. D Brown had a training facility in Orlando. I was like, okay, you know what? I could be a trainer. Went there. The same day that Micah Byers said that they have a spot for me, D Brown, like, you know, Boston Celtics, like, dunk contest, D Brown, he got hired as the head coach of Springfield Armor in the G League. So there goes his training facility. That got shut down. Third option. I had a plan C. I had 3 options. Y'all know I got a plan. The Orlando Magic video coordinator, I've been emailing him back and forth. Cool dude. Ahmad Ajami, shout out to him. And I was like, man, shit, listen, I'm down here. This is everything that happened to me. I'm in grad school. Y'all ain't got to pay me. I want to be a video intern working for free, which is all I wanted to do anyway. I just wanted to be in the NBA, be a video intern working for free. He's like, for free? I said, for free, nigga. Free. He was like, shit, let me talk to Otis. Otis is Otis Smith. He was a GM at Orlando Magic with the Jacksonville University. Fuck him too. Otis was like, nah, we can't have him around because if he get hurt, we got to pay for it. Got my own insurance. Black dude. He was a bitch. So I had nothing. I'm like, God, why did you send me to Orlando? He sent me to Orlando for one reason, to meet Kevin Sutton at Living Trophies on Instagram. Coach Sutton was the head coach at Montverde. Through some relationships in my graduate program, shout out to Natalie Clark. She hooked me up with Coach Sutton. Coach Sutton changed my life. He empowered me. He made me an assistant coach on his staff at Montverde. We had a really good team. We went 25-5 that year. We finished 4th in the country. Shout out to James Bell and Caleb Clyburn and Matt Donano and Halt Paulson and Steve Mondumisi and DeForest Carter and Michael Avery and Boris Happy and Papa Samba Endow and Ugo and everybody, Mark Over the Vest, all these guys I coached. I love y'all, man. I miss y'all. I love coaching y'all, man. And Sutton empowered me. Sutton taught me how to lead. He taught me how to follow. He taught me that, you know what, you really work your ass off, you can do this. So I was there at Montverde for 2 years, learned everything. By the time I left, I was a top assistant coach, and everything I won in basketball was right in my hand. Everybody in college basketball pretty much knew who I was. Or if they didn't, they had heard my name. And so I got done in Montverde. I left, I graduated, got my master's, and I went on and I became a graduate assistant at VCU under Shaka Smart. Shout out to Kyle Getter and Paul Biancardi for getting me that job. Thank you for that. I was there. Shout out to my homeboy, Dwight Perry. He was my roommate. He's an assistant coach now at Wofford. And had a good time there. And I got hired on Jacksonville as director of basketball operations, was there, hated it. After I got done with that, moved to Tampa, that's where my parents had moved to. And at that time, man, I got bit with a bug that for some reason, I just wanted to keep writing. I just had this fucking desire to write music. I don't know where the fuck it came from. Everything I just told y'all had nothing to do with music. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. So I'm like, where's this coming from? And this is when Wikipedia really started highlighting rappers and you could see their whole life story and all that shit. And I saw like rappers of my age. Like I was starting to listen to J. Cole a lot. I was like, damn, this nigga the same age as me. And I found an instrumental for Nobody's Perfect. And I wrote a rap to Nobody's Perfect. I'm like, why the fuck did I write that? But I wrote it. It felt good. I kept it. Also, they were auditioning for the NWA movie, Straight Outta Compton. I submitted a tape to the NWA movie, Straight Outta Compton. Go to Dorian, just type in Dorian Clark YouTube. Dorian Clark, Ice Cube audition, NWA, Straight Outta Compton. I don't know. It'll pop up. You'll see it. And so, I don't know why. I was still heavy into basketball, but this shit just started oozing out of me. I'm like, hey, can't do that with music. So now I'm really trying to get into the NBA. I'm writing for the ESPN. I'm a part of the True Hoop Network, if y'all remember that. I was one of the writers for the Orlando Magic. I mean, I'm doing some shit. I'm going to the Summer League. I'm covering the Summer League. I'm like this close to getting to the NBA. And I applied for an internship with the San Antonio Spurs G League team, the Austin Toros. It was a basketball operations internship that was entry level, that paid $5.50 an hour. And like, thousands, tens of thousands of people apply for these jobs. I made it to the final 10, like instantly, because my resume was fucking flawless. And they called me, they liked me, and I made it down to the final 3. And I made it down to the final 2. And I'm talking to the dude, Taylor Jenkins is the guy. Fuck him too. I think he's the head coach of the Grizzlies or some shit. I don't know. He in the NBA doing something. Fuck him. And we on the phone. He was like, Alton, we like you a lot. But we're going to go with the other guy. I said, and at this point, I'm like fed up. I'm like, why? Why are you gonna go with the other guy? And he said, because he has NBA experience. I said, let me get this straight. For an entry-level basketball operations internship in the G League, I need NBA experience? He said, yep. I was like, fuck you. And I hung up the phone. And at that point, I knew that basketball was probably gonna come to an end for me, but I didn't care. Moved back home, worked at Nordstrom, worked some other jobs, coaching AAU. Shout out to the Indy Hoosiers, Mike Peterson, Paul Scruggs, Chris Wilkes, my homeboy Darian, everybody, Gary Trent Jr. is on that team. And I moved to Chicago for another basketball job with a company called Stats. It was the worst job I ever had in my fucking life. But the great thing about that job was we worked from 11 p.m. to 9 a.m. and you could literally watch or listen to whatever you wanted to while you were doing the job. And that's where I learned to read and research. That's where I learned about the music business. Because at this point, I'm like, this basketball shit ain't it. I need to be an entrepreneur. I need to work for myself. I'm 29 years old. What the fuck? And so I just started researching billionaires, millionaires, the music business. I took a music business class on edX.org. Shout out to John Kellogg for responding to my emails when I wrote him about the class. The class is free. I took it 3 times. I learned a lot. I watched beat making videos. All these interviews that I be posting on my feed, I've seen them all before, right? Because I was watching them during that time. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to make beats. And I didn't pay my rent 1 month for my studio apartment in Chicago. Combined it with my tax check, bought a MacBook Pro, bought Logic Pro 10. And on February 14th, 2014, I started my music career. And I fucking grinded. And I hustled and I tried everything. SoundCloud, DatPiff, live mixtapes, all the stuff I tell y'all not to do. This is why I tell y'all not to do it, because I did it. It doesn't work. And my first album, The Duct Tape, it took me about a year to record. Well, not about, it took me a year to record. Came out February 14th, 2015. My engineer was trash as fuck. I didn't realize it at that time, but now I look back on it, he was terrible. And it sounded terrible, right? But you could see there was something there, but it sounded terrible. Dropped it, everybody hated it. And I was like, fuck. God, why are you putting all this in me and nothing really coming of it? Like, the fuck, man? And Drake's If You Reading This It's Too Late came out. And I was really obsessed with the instrumental for Energy. I was trying to find it on YouTube. And I had come across the instrumental for 10 bands. And this sounded like spot on. It was perfect. Like, damn, this is dope. And the person who had that instrumental had a dope ass tag. I shot him out. His name's Kid Jimmy. And I went to Kid Jimmy's YouTube page. That's why I be telling you producers to post your beats on YouTube. I went to his YouTube page and he had some fucking shit. And I heard this one beat. I think he called the beat, it was like J. Cole type beat featuring Kendrick Lamar. So right up my alley for me to fucking buy it. And I listened to it. I'm like, man, this shit is fucking amazing. I love this shit. And so I bought it, leased it for whatever, $50, whatever it was. And I wrote a song. But this time I wasn't trying to force it. See, on the Duct Tape, I was trying to force it. I was trying to put the lyrics that I wanted in it. I said, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to make what the music tells me to make. And so what I did I just listened to the music, and whatever the music told me to write, that's what I wrote. And I wrote my song Sunshine, and I released it. And the same people that was like, hated the duct tape, they were really feeling Sunshine. And then random strangers started feeling Sunshine. I'm like, I got something here. I'm gonna just do this from now on. I'm gonna just write what the beat tells me to write. That excited me. I made my second album, Every Scar Has a Story. People liked it. They still like it to this day. I love it. And now I needed to learn digital marketing because I had no idea how to market my music. And I got really big on Periscope. I was scoping every fucking day. I was going live every day. And I built up to like 23,000 followers. But Twitter didn't know what they were doing with Periscope. So because of that, I don't want to say that my time on Periscope was in vain, but I spent almost like 3 years there and it really didn't do nothing. And then I came over to Instagram. And I didn't know what to do on Instagram because I'm not about to be stunting. I ain't about to be sitting on the Lambos. I ain't about to be the rapper nigga that posts once a month. I'm not going to do that. What am I going to do? And I looked and I saw Curtis King's Instagram. Curtis King was like the main one. And I reached out to Curtis King's video dude because I really liked how he had his video. I was like, hey man, I want to do this. Like I'm ready to get going. Because y'all know me. When I'm ready, I'm fucking going. And dude was like, okay, it's gonna be $25 a video. I was like, all right, cool, whatever, let's go. And I told him, I said, hey man, I'm ready. I need 3 videos a week. And he bullshitted. And he was like, man, I just can't do that right now. After he told me it's gonna be $25 a video, I was like, all right. So I was talking to my homeboy, my brother Darren Chapman. He was like, man, you should hire interns. I was like, I don't know how to hire interns. He said, bro, you should hire an intern. You have an LLC, you got an official business, you should hire interns. I'm like, okay, cool. So we hired 4 video interns and they laid the foundation for the shit that we're doing now. And they fucking just killed it. And I was growing with them, they were growing with me. And then I learned like, oh, this is valuable. Not, this is much better had I been paying somebody. Not the fact that I'm saving money, but the fact that I'm actually helping people get to their goals and I'm teaching them how to do social media video. And so that became the strategy for Group 82. I'm like, okay, now I got these interns, I'm gonna keep making these music business videos. And then it got to the point with me, I'm like, all right, I'm making these music business videos, but what's it leading to? What am I doing? Because I'm getting these streams and shit. I told y'all know my playlist and story. I'm like, what is this leading to? Let me offer services to artists that need help. Take them through the same shit I've been through so they ain't gotta make the same fucking mistakes I make. So they ain't gotta worry about none of this shit. So they can sit there and be like, you know what? Dorian's saving me time, he's saving me money. And I just started really studying digital marketing. I started making videos every goddamn day, like I'm doing right now. This is the longest one I've ever made because I want y'all to hear my story. And I started posting every fucking day. I started responding to every comment. I started responding to every DM. And I started off, I probably had like 4,000 followers. After 5,000, 6,000, I started running ads consistently, okay? And I didn't get to 10,000 followers till later, right? And I was able to get the swipe up feature, and that kind of helped. But then I got up to 15,000 followers, and it got stagnant. I was at 15,000 followers for like 8 months. It just stood there. I'm posting every day, writing captions every day, hashtags every day. I'm posting 2-3 times a day every day, and it's just stagnant. It's not growing. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we went through a whole video intern class, and the shit's not moving. So I'm just like, man, shit. Gotta adjust, gotta adapt. So I started switching it up. Right? Switching my shit up and trying different covers and thumbnails. And I'm doing research and I'm reading, I'm figuring out what's working. And I really started paying attention to Instagram. And I realized that Instagram is a game. It's a game. You gotta play the game, right? What's making me click? What's making me stop? I'll go onto my explore page. Why'd I click on that girl's titties? What about her titties made me click on her titties and not the other girl's titties, right? What made me click on Curtis King's videos and not this other dude who's a music business expert's videos, right? I'm like, you know what? I got it. Numbers, big bold font, celebrity names, brand names they know, and give them extreme value. And that's what I did. And we took off. And now here we are at 26,000 followers. Our sales are through the roof. I got millions of streams on Spotify. And I got my album True Support coming out. And the pre-orders are looking fucking amazing. This shit has been long. This shit's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of patience. Y'all have been there with me, down there every step of the way. And I didn't start doing this shit till I was fucking 29. I didn't start understanding social media till I was 34. I'm gonna be 36 on August 2nd. This is the shit I'm telling you. Age doesn't fucking matter. Time doesn't fucking matter. All the tips that I give you, you are getting ahead right now. What the fuck are you waiting on? I took all the arrows for you. I took all the bullets for you. All of this, as I hit the mic, free ebook, videos, all this shit you get to do. So why are you bullshitting around? Why are you bullshitting around? What are you scared of? Take the stuff I'm telling you and apply. If you watch this whole video, that means you really fuck with me and you listen to what I got to say. Apply this stuff, man. It fucking works. And it's not overnight. You got to keep doing shit. There was so many times I wanted to quit. So many times I'm like, I'm done. So many times I'm like, man, I'm trying to get promoted in my job. Fuck this. So glad I didn't stop. I'm making more than I've ever made. And true support is going to fucking win. Instagram, digital marketing, my music has changed my life. And you deserve that exact same feeling. Click that link in the bio, man. Purchase our services for 60% off because all those services are shits that work. If they didn't work, I wouldn't be advertising. I swear I would. I only post shit and we only offer shit that I know that works. On top of that, buy my album. That's what true support's about. I've been giving y'all value for 2 years. And all I'm asking you for is $9.99. And I'm going to give you $249 of value. I'm still giving you value when I'm asking you for help. Because I want to chart on iTunes. I want to chart on Billboard 200. Because y'all sat here and listened to this whole story. And I want the whole world to know this story. Because every independent artist needs to hear this so they can know what's truly possible. You sat here with me the whole time. I appreciate that. I thank you. Now click that link in the bio and go purchase True Support for $9.99 and get your permanent Spotify placement for free. I'm After Pod. Y'all stay true.
Group82music.com.